the greatest God damn show on air, and I am Will Clayton, and with me I have the lovely Ruby Red. What's going on, Ruby?
Oh, nothing much. Nothing much. Just working, living life. This is pomegranate juice.
Just juice, no vodka or anything?
No, I don't drink. You can't drink on YouTube, I thought.
Do whatever the fuck you want. I do that. You know, I host a drinking show, right? On Tuesdays, where I get drunk and cook, right?
Oh, that's right. For some reason, I thought there was a rule you couldn't get drunk on YouTube.
Oh, TikTok.
Oh, that's right. That's TikTok. Okay, yeah.
TikTok's
But
weird.
anyway, nothing much. I just got off work, so I'm over here eating a chicken salad with no dressing, just olive oil. Because that's what healthy people do, apparently. So I'm giving it a shot. I mean, it's good. It's better with ranch, but it's okay.
What are you talking about?
My salad.
I mean, yeah, the salad is good, but that's the thing is about the ranches and the blue cheeses and whatnot. Um, they're not good for you. They're literally the worst part about the salad.
Yeah.
Like, it almost dilutes the point of even eating salad. You know.
And don't get me wrong, they're right. When you put too much ranch or too much blue cheese, you don't taste the vegetables.
Right.
So I get what people say about, oh, watch it with the dressing. I used to think, fuck you just don't want me to be happy. No, it'll make you fat.
Right.
They were dead ass about it. But you know what else I got? So I love salt and vinegar chips, but I'm trying to get away from chips because chips are bad for you. I found these salt and vinegar almonds. So good. Kind of satisfies my chip craving. But you gotta be careful. These bitches kind of pack a punch to them.
So you're eating like kind of like healthy foods and whatnot now. You said you said you're not working out yet. You're not.
No, I don't work out. I don't like it.
You know, it's what keeps you alive longer.
I don't care. Because the more I'm alive, the more I have to pay bills. So it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, but like you don't aspire to be like rich or anything.
No, I was thinking about that the other day. I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, man, we should start working out. I don't want to get like arthritis when I'm old, which isn't the only reason for arthritis, but definitely doesn't help.
Sorry, my ice machine was going on.
You used to had to work out for any food back when we were like cavemen. We always had to work out for our food.
Yeah, there's like a balance. You're supposed to eat unprocessed meat, vegetables, and move around. That's how our bodies are designed. And now we don't do any of those things.
It's a chicken salad.
What
Those are
kind of
healthier.
dressing? You said vinaigrette or just like olive oil? I love it. I love to know with just olive oil.
It's just olive oil. I got a little hummus like on the side, but that's just because I like hummus.
Hummus is good.
Hummus is good.
It's just like
Chickpeas.
Middle Eastern bean dip. Yeah.
No, it's
All it
fun.
is. Good.
So have you been keeping up with the Olympics? Like have you been watching it on your own time?
I haven't watched it, but like it's just all over my feed. Like I've never given a fuck about it. But like this year in particular is like a crazy year. It seems like.
Apparently. I wasn't keeping up with it either, just because I was really only interested in like a few things like the gymnastics or like the track. But when I looked up the gymnastics time, it was gonna be playing at like 2 a.m. I'm not
Oh yeah,
watching
it's
that
in
shit.
France.
I'm not watching that shit, girl. I gotta go to work in the morning. But I'm happy to hear that America's like pretty like dominating pretty well. I'm happy to hear that, you know.
We
But
dominated for 80 years. You know that, right?
huh?
We've dominated for like 80 years.
Yeah, like why is it that the only like this is like the only thing Americans have, okay? It's not the education system. All right. So like it's gonna be something. It's the Olympics.
We have some of the best healthcare in the world. You know, we have the best doctors, we have the best military. We have The best space program. We have like obviously, like you said, we have the best athletes. We everything we have is the best. What are you talking about? We don't have. This is the only thing we have. We have the best food. Like I don't know about that. That's kind of gone down recently because everything is like plastic now. But like we have the most innovative food. I will say, like artistic food. Um, this goes on. We have the best tech. Tech companies and whatnot. Like we have the best freedom.
Got me there. So
It's not the
this.
most freedom, but it's the best freedom.
Let's talk about this opening ceremony for the Olympics. So apparently, during one of the
Or
parts
Snoop Dogg?
of the ceremony, apparently, like people thought that they were like making fun of the Last Supper. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
So apparently, it was a bunch of like people from the LGBT community dressed up for this dinner. But the thing was about it was like it was inspiration from a famous painting that has to do with the Olympics. I could give you the name of it. I don't know how to spell very well. I mean, I'm not spell it. I don't know how to pronounce it right. So, but people have been mad. People have been very mad. They feel like they were making a mockery of the Last Supper. Like even my landlord mentioned it, Loki. I was like, what are you talking? Because I live in the South. I live in the Bible Belt. Well, people take that shit seriously. So I was
Right.
like, what are you talking about? So I
Dude,
looked up
more people talk about the Olympics this year than I ever have in my entire fucking life.
because they thought they were dissing Jesus. Don't diss Jesus. Jesus' people will come for you. I swear to God, they will.
Yeah, Jesus has like a similar following that Taylor Swift does. Like,
Literally.
and they really took it like similar path too, if you really think about it, because like Jesus was like this cool guy who's just like spreading love and whatnot, and Taylor Swift was doing that too. She was like, "Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone." And then obviously Jesus was like crucified, and then with Taylor Swift, there was the whole Kanye situation on stage. It's a similar thing, similar paths, you know. So I see why both their fandoms act so similarly. Taylor Swift is just the new Jesus.
And then there was a lot of outrage about that boxing match. Did you hear about it?
Oh yes, of course.
Did you see it?
I did not see it. I've read about it a little bit. Honestly, I can tell you right now, I don't care as much as everybody else seems to. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in hearing your opinion.
Okay, well, the chick who was getting punched dropped to her knees, right, and ended the fight like 46 seconds in. Okay,
Right.
which apparently she's got a history doing, and apparently she's got a history crying after the fights too. Like that's just
Really? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, no, apparently that's like a real thing. The lady that she
Why is she
accused of
competing for a gold medal in the Olympics then?
huh?
Why is she competing for a gold medal in the Olympics then?
I don't know. Fuck if I who would want to get punched in the face over and over again? Like who does
Why
that
would
at
she
all?
join? Why would she become a boxer? That don't even make any sense.
But apparently, like after everything was said and done, she went outside the ring and basically accused. I don't know how to say this lady's name. I don't want to be like offensive. How would you pronounce the name?
The
Imane?
yeah, I would say Imane. I
Imani?
think it's Imane, but that makes it sound more Italian than Muslim. I know she's a Muslim. It's a Muslim name. But I assume it's Imane. Um, what? Khelif? Imane Khelif? That's what I'm going to go with. If you're watching in the chat, if you can give us a spelled out version of how to pronounce that name correctly, please do. But
yeah, accused her of being a man. Okay. Now, there is something about whether or not she has higher testosterone levels than the average woman.
okay,
That
well,
has
can I stop you right there just for a quick bit? Like, what does that matter? Who gives a fuck? He's a boxer.
well, because I don't know, like they just that's the argument. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm seeing online.
are they just saying that she just naturally gives off, or are they implying that
So
she's taking steroids?
she has a condition. She has a condition that and now don't quote me on this. I'm not a doctor. I did a little Googling. But basically she has a condition that has something to do with like her hormones and stuff like that. And I don't know for sure, but people are saying she was born with XY chromosomes and not XX chromosomes, so she's not full woman or like whatever
Right,
the
I
case
heard the
may be.
chromosome
Like,
thing.
uh-huh.
I don't understand how that works because I was always told in chemistry class that XY chromosome makes you a man, but supposedly she was born with. And I feel bad for even talking about this
Yeah, no,
woman
I feel
because it's
bad.
like we're talking about this woman's genitals. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's not even our concern, truly. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I get it because I would be very upset to see a man beating the shit out of a woman. You know what I
right,
mean? In the
right.
Olympics and all that. But
So
the,
yeah,
the way I'm looking at it is LeBron James has a condition. His condition is he was born 6'8" and really athletic and strong, and he dominates the NBA. You know what I mean?
well,
The fucking NBA. You know what I mean? Like I can't help that you were born like made to win. You know what I mean? Like I'm freaking out about nothing. If you ask me.
well, there's debate about whether or not she was born like as both genders. What's the name for that? I think it used to be called like intersex.
Hermaphrodite.
I think that's offensive these days.
Is it?
But
I thought that's what
I
it's
think it is.
called. My bad.
I think it's offensive. I don't know, but you can. But so you know what it is. I think there's debate on whether or not she was like technically male and female, which then like I could see why you'd be worried she'd have an advantage. But the Olympic Committee like did their research, so they looked into her and they pretty much deduced that okay, she's a woman. They put woman on her birth certificate. She's lived as a woman her whole life. Just because she's got higher testosterone levels, like, oh well, you
Yeah,
know,
like I said, did you just born fucking up?
strong
You
and
know what
up.
I mean? Yeah, like fuck it, whatever. You know, like that. Just people are getting weird with it. Like I said, that's like this. Like I said, that's like saying LeBron James is in another level from all these other professional athletes. He can't play. You know what I mean? That is it's like stupid because he was born freakishly athletic and strong. You know what I mean? Like so dumb. That's so dumb. You know, that's the way I look at it.
That's the way
Also,
I look at it.
I'm of the opinion anyway that we need that the only people that should be competing in women's sports is men. That would make women's sports way more interesting if we only had men competing in it. Let's just replace y'all.
You know, every time I think you can't say something more fucked up, you do.
That really that's the most fucked up thing I've ever said to you.
No, it just gradually gets worse and worse. But anyway, with that being said, I don't think she did anything wrong. She's a woman. It's on her birth certificate. She's a woman. The committee looked into it. It's none of our business. But I will say, when I looked up the video,
She looks like a guy.
I was
I'm
like,
not gonna
damn,
lie.
that looks
In
like
the
a
face,
dude. I'm not
she's
gonna
got a
lie. I
man's
was
face.
like, damn. She
I'm
looks like she hits hard as fuck too. She
right.
looks like
Yeah.
it's hard as fuck. I would drop to my knees and be like, nope, that's a fucking man. I'd do it too. That's a man. A man just hit me. Like, I'd probably say some dumb shit like that too, because, like, I don't know, I'm just a sore loser. But that's why I'm not in the Olympics, though. You know,
I
like,
mean,
if you're in the Olympics.
how much of this, like, how much in your head do you think, like, how much is swirling in your mind that this is a conspiracy to push an agenda?
But whose agenda?
Either, like, whether it's the anti-trans thing or the anti-feminism thing or even the feminism thing or even the trans thing. Like, there's
So
a bunch of different angles it could go. How much of this could be a conspiracy made up to push an agenda?
I
I mean,
think the
it's
whole
obviously
thing.
pushing an agenda no matter what, obviously.
I think the
Several
whole
agendas, but
thing got like a little out of hand. Honestly, like I think someone took it and ran with it. But I think the chick who said it at first, who was like, "Oh, that's a man," screw her for that, because she knew what she was doing. She knew just what she was doing. She knew it was going to cause an uproar if she did that, and she fucking did it anyway. And now there's fucking people online going, "Oh, well, she's a winner in my book. She shouldn't have to fight a man." It wasn't a man. It wasn't a man. She was just weak, and
I
she
mean, I'm
cried.
guilty. I've been posting memes about it all week, but like I'm just more than anything clout popping, So
There's like people who really believe it, who like think she lost because we tried to get her to like fight a biological male or something. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all
yeah,
doing
like
too
I
much.
kind of feel bad. I feel bad for both sides of the boxer, like both boxers, um, because this boxer, the one that lost, what is her name?
I don't know.
Italian, Collini or something like that. Carini, maybe. I mean, she probably legit. What was her? What did she say? Did she say? Did she have any um like statements made? And Angela
She
Carini,
apologized. She apologized for it.
what did she apologize for getting beat up?
For calling her a man.
Oh,
For
she called her a
lying.
man.
Yeah. She like in a press conference right after the fight said something about I shouldn't have to fight a man.
Yeah, there it is. Boxer Angela Carini felt sorry for Imane Khelif after Olympic fights sparked gender. Hey Blanco, how you doing? After sparked gender controversy. I mean, yeah, like I mean, both of them look kind of manly. I ain't gonna lie. Like, both of them
Damn.
got men's faces, but
If it makes
like,
anyone feel any better, I couldn't take either of them in a fight. So
well, yeah, you're not a professional boxer.
exactly. So like I think they should both feel good. Like I know like you lost 46 seconds in, but like you're still in the Olympics. So it's like a win is a win in my book.
I mean, now that I put more thought into it, like, how are you gonna get into this fight, lose, not only lose, but get your ass fucking handed to you in 46 seconds,
That
and then be like, "Oh, she was a man." You fucking,
was a man. There was a
fucking
fucking man hitting me.
crybaby. You,
No, she was real.
what information you had? You knew that going into it, and you still agreed to the fight. Why did you
No,
agree to the fight?
she knew what she was doing. She just wanted to cause outrage. Like she just wanted to like stir some people up and hopefully get her like kicked out. She was hoping
Yeah,
they would just cave
she
and
was
like
hoping she was gonna get that gold medal by default
by
after she got her
default.
ass handed to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's some punk ass shit. And this is an American. No, she's Italian. Never mind. Yeah, fuck Italians, dude. Like Italy has always been on some bullshit. Like ever since World War II, they were Nazis originally, and then they swapped sides when they realized it wasn't going to go their way. But the Italians are always flippers. Like, and I don't mean that as Italian Americans. I don't mean that Italians is racist. But I just mean like that country alone, Italy, they're flippers, man. Fuck them. Honestly.
Well, you want to know something that should cause outrage that isn't causing as much?
Mm.
There is an Olympic volleyball player, and he's Dutch. His name is Steven Van de Velde, and he's a convicted pedophile.
Duck sauce says I'm half Italian, but I'll allow it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like shit on you, duck sauce. But anyway, yeah, I heard this. Not very little about it though, but I did hear about this, Ruby.
So his name is Steven Van de Velde. He's a Dutch volleyball player, and he was convicted for sexual assault against a 12-year-old when he was 19. And they let him be in the Olympics. They didn't give no fuck. They didn't think, maybe it's kind of a bad look. Like, we probably shouldn't, but screw the chick who looks like a man, right? Fuck her, but not fuck the pedophiles. Like, Jesus Christ, can we get it together?
Yeah, I don't just know.
Not alleged. He's convicted. Not alleged.
Right. That's what you're saying. He's convicted. So, yeah, I don't agree with that at all either. But the thing is, the sports pushes and athletes have long been getting away with shit for like that they should not for too damn long. Hell, there are fucking kids in junior high and high school that don't even fucking learn anything in school because they're really good at selling fucking tickets. Like they just get pushed through the cracks and then blow their knee out in their senior year of college, and they never learned a goddamn thing in school, and now they're fucked, and they live in poverty for the rest of their fucking life. Like it's crazy how much we enable athletes to do whatever they want because of the money they can generate for these big businesses. That's what the problem is in this whole world. I'm on a podcast, buddy. You gotta hush. This whole world, it is run by corporations, and corporations are people who, like CEOs and CFOs, and people who are embedded into boardrooms of big businesses, don't give a fuck about anything but their bottom line, and that's a problem. It's been a problem always, and it's not going to go away unless we make it go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. As much as we want to believe that we've evolved from the medieval ages and like what is it, the Roman Empire and feudalism and caveman days, we're exactly the same. We're always letting greed and inhumanity destroy the little person, the person who's least advantaged in life, and allowing those who can do something for the rich or the powerful get away with whatever they want.
Yeah.
And this is a volleyball player. Like, that ain't even a tough fucking sport, and that sport don't even fucking sell. Like, honestly. Like, maybe it does in France or whatever. I don't know. Those feminine bastards. But, like, that's a weak sport, dude. Like, that's not even a cool sport. If it was football or basketball or baseball or something that, like, put, like, NASCAR or something, like, I'm not going to say I condone it, and I'm not going to say I would let it go, but, like, I could see the point. You know what I mean? Like, I could understand the justification. Like, I'm not going to say that it's justified, but I could understand their justification, the fucking assholes up top. You know what I mean? The fucking volleyball. He's a men's volleyball player. Not even a women's volleyball player. Most people who watch volleyball want to see women play volleyball. What the fuck what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, that goes back to, like, the whole Larry Nassar problem. The man who was a doctor for the Olympic gymnasts. And he was assaulting them, and he assaulted like over 100 of them. But you know damn well that people knew. People knew.
Yeah, and they had a whole thing about it.
For years, people knew.
That's like the Sandusky thing. At Penn State. Did you ever hear about that?
I heard of the reference. I'm not sure what it means, though. I've heard of the Pendunsky.
Yeah, you were like a little kid when that all came out. But for like 30 years, the assistant coach fuck, I can't even remember the head coach is now. Guys, if you can remember the head coach of the Penn State football team in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, let me know in the chat because I can't remember his name right now. But it ruined the head coach's career because it was like undeniable. This dude was a great football coach, by the way, and the assistant coach was like getting handsy for like 30 years with like recruits and like youth um, outreach and whatnot in the showers and in the locker rooms and whatnot for like 30 years. And it got to the point where there's so much evidence that there was no way that the head coach didn't know. And this head coach was like renowned. He was one of the greatest football coaches of all time. And it destroyed his career. Like, he's like only talked about shit. And he technically didn't even do anything. He just knew about it, which is still fucking disgusting, you know?
Right.
But
I mean,
more people need to fucking stop letting this is again, it's sports shit. We're just letting people who are good at sports or good at teaching sports or coaching or whatever the fuck you want to call it because of the fucking bottom line. It's
right. And you also got to stop turning a blind eye to things because not making a decision is still a decision. Not making a choice is still a choice. Okay.
it's a
If
firm
you're,
decision.
like if you notice about something fucked up like that and you intentionally don't tell anybody, like you're in my mind, you're just as bad. You're just as guilty because you could have stopped it and you didn't. So you're just as bad. So fuck these creeps and fuck anybody who associates themselves with them for money or whatever. It's greed. It's just greed. That's all it is.
What about the dude, the Turkish guy with the gun?
What Turkish
So
guy with a gun?
there was like what is it? A long either medium or long range like sharpshooter competition, like pistol shooting and whatnot, where they're just hitting targets from a distance, certain distance. And everybody's got their free Poland. I don't know what that means, red wine. Please fill us in. We'll definitely talk about it. But so everybody's like wearing the big ass headphones that you wear for it. They got the glasses on. They got the tactical gear. They got their little fucking red dots and whatnot. Like you would imagine somebody at a gun range. You know what I mean? Like gun range gear. And everybody's shooting this. And this Turkish dude just walks up, just wearing like a fucking like a Hawaiian shirt, basically. And he's got his hand in his pocket, and he just like pulls out his pistol. Boom, 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 boom. Takes a bunch of shots. And wins silver medal. No gear on,
Bro,
nothing.
that's kind of hardcore. That's kind of gangster.
One hand in the pocket, the other one, the gun's like half like cocked to the side, like almost like he's the gangster. And
Bro, that's,
wins the silver medal.
that's hardcore. He should have won gold.
Man,
Should have won gold just for the fucking
they
stop.
had like gun range competitions at the Olympics, which is fucking awesome. Now I kind of want to get into it. That's a
I didn't know they
sport
had
I
that
would
either.
follow, huh?
I didn't know they had that either. Gun. I didn't know
Yeah,
they had them.
Americans didn't like. I didn't hear anything about Americans getting. Maybe we got gold. I don't know. I don't know who got gold, but uh, yeah, dude, this dude just like turned up like a G, dude. Like he's been living in like the streets of Chicago his entire life. You know,
That's kind of gangster. That's pretty cool. I gotta look that up now because I didn't
fuck
hear
with
nothing about
Turkey.
that.
Don't fuck with Turkey. They're gangsters over there, man.
Apparently,
It's
I had no idea.
like all the jokes about him being like the real life John Wick and all that shit.
Oh, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I didn't see anything about that. That's hilarious. Did you
Bird,
hear about?
shut up, Bird.
Did you hear about Simone Biles and how people were like criticizing her hair for being messy?
No, fuck them. It's there
That
to run, not to look pretty.
that's pretty much what she said. And I thought it was fucked up that we were even discussing it in the Olympics. Like, who gives a fuck about her hair, bro? She's like dominating
And now
gymnastics.
Simone Biles, the one that tested positive for weed a couple years ago.
No, her name. I think her name is Shari or Shakari. She's a track.
Sakari. Okay, yeah, that's right.
She's a track star. She runs track for the
Simone
Olympics.
Biles is the gymnast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just Simone Biles is from Houston, actually. Just so you know.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good
Mhm.
for her. Yeah, man. I thought it was, I mean, it was just, have you ever heard anybody say anything about, I mean, I gotta say it. Have you heard anybody say one thing about a male's hair, male Olympics hair? No, you haven't. You know why? Because it's fucking sexist. You wouldn't have
Well,
said
to be
anything
fair,
if it was a
most
man.
male athletes have clean cut hair. Like they just shave their head for the most part because the hair gets in the way.
It's still
But
messy. But they wouldn't care. They wouldn't ask. Because it doesn't apply to men, but then when you want to apply it to women,
Doc says Houston, bless her heart.
damn, that
We're
bless
from
her
Houston.
that
We're
that
from
bless her
Houston.
heart is so
Doc Sauce.
fucking ugh.
Guys, I appreciate you so much. Please, Tweedles. Okay, sorry, my bird's yelling at me. I appreciate you guys watching. Give us a like and subscribe if you enjoy the show. So man, there's a lot going on with these Olympics. Like, um, no, I get you. Ducks off. I know you're just joking. That's getting back from my Italy comment earlier. But um, there's so much like Snoop Dogg lit the torch to the whole
Yeah,
thing, the beginning of the whole thing, which was like kind of cool to see, like the evolution. Granted, obviously Snoop Dogg was doing his thing long before either of us were born, but like to just know that Snoop Dogg was living in the hood growing up, and then was this whole gangster rap thing and talking about the reality of his life, and then he's just evolved and done all these like cool side quests that like he's turned into like the African American uh, like I don't know, like Willie Nelson. You know what I mean? Like he's just popping up in places you wouldn't imagine he would be. You know what I mean?
oh, yeah. Oh yeah, and I love him and Martha Stewart's commercials. They do great commercials together. The
So funny.
pistachio commercial, the lighter commercial was really good, and the fact that only one of them is convicted felon. It's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Did you hear Flava Flav actually donated money to the girls water polo for the Olympics?
No, I didn't hear that.
He did,
Flavor
yeah.
Flav.
I think he's up there at the Olympics right now too.
You said what?
I think he's over there with Snoop Dogg right now in France.
Probably. I don't know. Like this
I'm
seems
pretty
like the place
sure.
to hang out right now. If I could go to France right now, I would go there. Wouldn't necessarily go to the Olympics, but I would go there while the Olympics is there. That's like the rest of the world's Super Bowl. You know that, right?
Yeah, pretty big
We have
deal.
a Super Bowl, and then like in next quarter term or whatever the fuck you want to call it, then in 4 years from now, it's going to be in LA. So not only are we going to have the Super Bowl and we're going to have the Olympics, but the rest of the world, that's their Olympics.
Oh my god, you said next Olympics is gonna be in LA?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you know what also happens that year? Election year.
Oh yeah. Well, it's every election year. Is the Olympics
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Pretty nice how
or
that lined
every
up.
summer Olympics? The Winter Olympics are in 2 years. So they like flip flop every 2 years. If that makes any sense.
Oh,
So in 2 years it'll be the Winter Olympics, and 4 years it'll be the Summer Olympics. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So, but it is technically every 4 years still. So every 4 years it's the Winter Olympics. Every 4 years is the Summer Olympics, but they flip 2 years apart.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I don't understand why they're 4 years apart. Why don't you just do them every fucking year?
These people, they gotta train. You gotta train hard.
Train every year. Train all year. No, that's not another thing I wanted to get into. A lot of these fucking, I don't remember what the rules are now. I don't know if they've updated. Mom says, you think Martha's hitting that? Probably. I don't know. I doubt it. 'Cause she's married. Snoop Dogg's married. But, like a lot of like the rules for the longest time were that they had to be amateur like athletes that couldn't be pro athletes. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like all these fucking kids, pretty much in like late or early 20s, adults are training for their life essentially, and they're not like allowed to get paid to be. They're not allowed to be professional athletes and whatnot. And I don't. I obviously that's kind of changed because I see that we have NBA players in the Olympics playing basketball, but I don't know is that every sport is like that or like what's the deal with these Olympics now? Because like it kind of goes into like I think 2 or 3 years ago, college football or college sports in general, the NCAA changed the rules where they can have like a salary cap and they can pay their players a certain amount and like the players can get like sponsorship deals and whatnot. So now like college players are allowed to get paid now, which has always been like I don't understand why y'all have these rules about they're not allowed to get paid. That was like why um fucking Johnny Football left college so quickly, which ruined his career effectively because he had to immediately jump from college to the pros because he knew he was about to be caught selling autographs on the side. You know what I mean? Like, because he was more about his money. He didn't give a fuck about football like that. Like, Johnny Manziel from the Texas A&M. You remember him? Like 10-ish years ago. But
The name's
now
familiar.
you should look up his documentary. It's crazy. Like there's like a point where he was saying like, because he left college and went to the draft and was drafted by the Cleveland Browns and flamed out within like a third of the season. Like, and he like comes back and they did a documentary about him. He did interviews this past year, and he was like, "Dude, I was having like strict diet of Gatorade and Coke. Like that's why my career flamed out my rookie year. Like." Like Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's an interesting ordeal. But yeah, he was about his money, dude, because he was like a G in college. He was steady winning, never fucking practiced, never read any film, partied all night long, and then immediately went and played games and won. One game. Dude, he thought that was gonna translate to the pros, but it didn't. Um Plus, that catches up to you eventually.
It's always
Um,
baffled me how people what were able to like party all night and then like go to school the next morning or like go to work the next morning because I sleep all night and I can barely go to the work the next morning. How the fuck were y'all just like drinking and partying and going to college? Like I need sleep. I need so much sleep. How do y'all do it? I can't.
yeah, I don't know. I've never liked going to work. That's what it is. I think that's really it's more about the motivation than it is about the energy. You know,
If
because
I
I
went
like
to
to do this now that I'm getting paid to do this. This is fun as fuck, bro.
this is
Like,
fun as fuck. I mean, going to a club and going to work feel pretty much the same to me.
yeah,
I still
right.
gotta
Because I don't like going out either.
just and like be around
Same.
people, like pretend that I want to be here when I really don't. I mean that to each their own. That's why I'm so pale lately. I don't want to go outside as much as I used to. Because when you go outside, people try to get you to buy things. I'm fucking sick of it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done buying things. I'm done spending money. Okay, the money is staying here.
Dude, they're trying to get you to buy shit when you don't even leave your house. You turn on like a device and immediately there's an ad. Like add this, add that, add this, add that, add.
Like
You
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
you get ads. You get ads for shit you already like paid for. Like you go on Netflix and they got ads, even though I'm already paying for fucking Netflix. Why the fuck did I already pay for Netflix and they're still trying to sell me shit? Fuck, I already bought your product. Leave me alone or I'm gonna cancel my fucking subscription. And then there's like printers now. You buy a printer and you gotta buy the fucking ink separately, right?
Yeah.
And the ink always goes out immediately. It's like, oh, you used too much pink paint. Bro, I only been printing everything in black. I don't know what you mean all the pink paint's gone. That don't even make any fucking sense. Why isn't it using the black paint? And then like you gotta fucking supply electricity to the thing, right? You gotta supply it's gotta hook up to the internet for some fucking reason. I just want it to print. Like why can't I just connect my computer or my phone to it? Why does it need to connect to the internet? And then which I pay for the internet, you know what I mean? And then this motherfucker's like, oh, you need a subscription to use this printer. I already bought the fucking printer. Like what the fuck what is the subscription for?
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you know
It's called
when
basic capitalism.
you know it was bad when Five Below had to open up a 10 and below section.
Thing you go into Dollar Tree now and everything's $1.25 first off, and then there's like random spots you'll walk by and it'll have like a sticker on it that says $5. I'm like, this isn't the Dollar Tree anymore. I miss 2019 and before.
Oh my
The
god.
2020s have not been fun. The 2020s have not. I've had no fun in the 2020s. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
This is no fun decade.
Me neither. We gotta do something about it, and let me be. The years are just flying by, man. When they said the years start coming and they don't stop coming, holy fucking shit! It's like when you turn 18, it's like, and you're just like, fuck. What day of the week is it? It was like that for me.
It was like 24. From like 18 to 24 was like this slow burn, and then from 24 to 30 was like bam.
Bro, I felt like I turned 18 like a few days ago. I'm 22.
I feel like I turned 18 a few days ago.
You know what it feels like? You know what it feels like? I just turned 18 because Trump is still in the election. That's why he was in it last year or the year I voted.
Your whole life. It's like your whole life Trump has been running.
I'm like,
because like actually, we have a brother who's about to be 16, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump first ran for president in 2008.
When I was 16. No, in 2008. He ran for president in 2008?
Yes.
Holy shit. I didn't know that. Yeah.
He dropped out pretty quickly. But this tells you that Gabriel's entire life, Donald Trump, our little brother, who's 16 years old, he was born in 2008. He'll be 16 in like 2 weeks. Next week. His entire life, Donald Trump has been running for president.
This is fucked up. This is fucked up, man. That's why it feels like yesterday. Because last time I voted, Trump was on the fucking ballot, and
he's been on the ballot like 3 straight fucking ballots, bro.
No, I forgot you can't vote if your ID is expired.
Your ID's expired?
Yes, because I didn't want to get a new ID when I'm trying to get my driver's license, but I ended up not getting my driver's license as quickly as I wanted because there's some class you got to pay for down here in Texas that you just take the test and they give it to you. Like
right.
Down here you got to pay for it. So like my ID expired and I'm like, okay, well it'll be all right. Come to find out it's not all right. Why would I go pay for my ID when I'm fixing to have to pay for the driver's license? All to vote and probably not even win the fucking vote I vote for. So why the fuck am I gonna do this? This is bullshit.
Well, the problem is like they're making a scam out of driver's license. Like the fucking first off, driver's licenses are unconstitutional to begin with. Like it literally says in the Constitution. Huh?
Because of the right to travel.
Well, and it also says that licenses and permits should not be paid for. If you need a license to do anything in the U.S. in our Constitution, then they should be provided by the government and paid for by our taxes.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so really all you should have to do is take the test. You don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, you got to pay for the class.
But they don't. That's why every time somebody's like, oh, like this or that, this is unconstitutional. I'm like, dude, there's so much shit that's unconstitutional, but you let them slide on so much shit for too damn long, they think they can do whatever the fuck they want, and they can't because nobody does anything in this fucking country. But also, yes, the right to travel freely and quickly and all that, you know. Guys, if you like the show, give us a like and a subscribe. I appreciate you so much. We do this every Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday to talk about the fucked up shit. So apparently I snore. That's a lie. It's a lie.
I did that last year, briefly. Too.
No, you want to know what's funny? My boyfriend tried to tell me I snored. I told him he was a liar. I was like, you're a liar. No one in my whole life has ever told me I snored. They would have. So he was just automatically a liar. Like, I don't know what the fuck you were hearing, but it wasn't me. Well, I had a friend, and I asked that friend, I was like, do I snore? And she was like, yeah. I was like, you're fucking lying to me. Like, this is a bullshit. No one in my whole life has ever told me I snored until now. So, like, y'all are in cahoots. Okay? I don't snore. I gotta see it to believe it. Like, I'm dead ass. They're gonna have to record me snoring because otherwise I'm not gonna fucking believe them. There's no way. There's no way. Now, I do sleep talk. I've been known to sleep talk, actually. It's pretty funny. If you, like, wake me up and I'm, like, in a dead sleep, like, my body's awake, but I'm not. I've had, like, full conversations with people and not remembered a single thing they said 5 seconds after they left because I, like, came into consciousness, like, mid-sentence one time, and I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? I wasn't even awake. So, like, how was I answering your question when I wasn't even, like, it was like I was on autopilot or something?
I think people do that. Like, they'll just have a full-on conversation with you, not even, you may not even realize they're sleeping, and then later, they're 100%, they don't remember that conversation, and then they're convinced, oh, I was sleeping the entire time, I don't know what you're talking about, you're a bullshitter. It's like, okay.
Apparently, when I was younger, I used to sleepwalk. I did that shit all the time. I would, like, fall asleep in my bedroom.
Crazy. That's a whole other thing. Like,
I grew out of that. Thank God I grew out of that. Like, I don't know what would happen. I know people who, like, sleep eat. But sleep eating is like a symptom
that
of.
sounds like Ambien, dude.
Yes, I was just gonna say it's a symptom of, like, medication. Sleep eating. That'd be so weird. Imagine you're on a diet and you're like, why the fuck is my diet not working? And it's like yourself. You're, like, sabotaging yourself. That would be, like, the worst thing in the world, bro. That would be fucked up.
Just, like, subconsciously eating. Like, just, you're like, I'm so hungry, and your body's like, no, we're not doing a diet.
That would be fucking hilarious. That's funny.
That's hilarious, dude.
Oh God.
Guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I love you. I love you so much. Comment in the chats and whatnot if you got something to say.
Do you drink a lot?
Me? I used to, but now I just drink on Tuesdays for the show.
Dream. I said dream, not drink. Dream. Do you drink a lot?
No.
I don't either, but did you know smoking marijuana actually suppresses your dreams?
I heard that, actually. I heard, like, literally yesterday that it suppresses REM sleep.
Well, no fucking shit. I'm so tired. That would explain it. No, I'm kidding. But it does suppress your dreams. And I'll tell you what, about 2 weeks after you set the blunt down, those dreams are going to be fucking crazy, bro. You're going to be, like, on a roller coaster for your dreams, man. It's the most crazy shit in the world.
I don't smoke weed, though, like that. Like, every once in a while, but not. I don't smoke weed anywhere near like you do.
You know, some people dream in black and white.
That's weird. Is it
you know why?
people?
No, it's because of the TVs. Back in the day, the TVs were black and white, so they would dream in black. And then when color came around, people started dreaming in color more often. But it's still a thing. Some people still dream in black and white.
What evidence do you have to support this claim?
Facts. Look it up. Go look at the statistics. They can show you.
I love these facts. That's what I have.
Do I look like Google to you? No. Oh God.
Right.
You know, my manager was talking to me today about, well, one of my managers, I got 2 managers, one's a girl, one's a guy. The guy's funnier, no offense. He said today he thinks that, like, dueling Dueling should be legal. He thinks it should be like a thing.
What is
Like
it?
you just dueling, like when you just like two people got a problem
Like
and you like whip out the guns or the sword.
duel, like Duel Monsters, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like whip out the sword or whip out the gun and just like have at it, man. Like and you know, in all actuality, like it should be legal. You know why? Because they're legalizing euthanasia for humans. So why the fuck
In
not? Can I
Canada,
choose
though.
to fucking shoot this guy? Like if we both consent to a duel, why are you allowed to stop me?
No, I don't think it should be dueling, but like I do think mutual combatants, which are there are very few mutual combatant states. Oregon's one of them. I think Ohio might be one of them. I could be wrong on that, but the mutual combatants is I know Illinois might be one actually, but they actually take it so far as like it's like they mutual combatants with guns. They Illinois is cool with, but mutual combatant states is where if I agree to have a fight with you and you agree to have a fight with me, we can just duke it out as long as like we take it outside. You know, we don't break anything. You know, like we don't destroy your property or anything. The cops can't do anything. There's no.
I thought that should be legal everywhere, bro.
I agree. Yeah, hell yeah.
That should be legal. You should just fight it out. Take it outside and fight, duke it out. Who may the best man win? That's how I feel about it.
Mhm.
But then
I
again,
mean,
no one's ever tried to fight me,
obviously,
so
there should be like some rules to it. You know, like there has to be like a what do you a stop it clause or whatever, like a safe word situation or whatever. Like,
or y'all
not
should lay down some ground rules like no biting, no hair pulling, no eye
yeah,
gouging. If
obviously.
you know,
Well,
if
hopefully, if you're agreeing to a fight with another fucking person, they're not gonna fight dirty. You know what
you
I
know,
mean? I
you would hope
respect
not.
that. I don't respect that. There are people that are like, "Oh, I know I'm gonna lose, so I fight dirty." Well, then you shouldn't be getting into fights. You know
Really,
what I mean? Like,
literally.
it sounds like you're a punk bitch, is what you are. Like,
Maybe if you're both kind of chubby, you decide not to kick. Let's not kick each other. Like, I can't really get my leg up too high. Like no kicking. Obviously, like don't punch me while I'm down, kind of vibe. Like if I'm on the ground, don't keep like there should be some ground rules, obviously. But did you see a lot of fights like in high school growing up? I didn't see that many.
no, I only saw like one or two.
Damn.
Never, and they were both broken up pretty quickly. I don't know, like violence is really kind of like tapered off, you know, a lot.
Yeah, no, you don't see as many fists. You just see a lot of guns.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even really see that a lot. Like when I say violence is tapered off, obviously you have just people just like walking in. But this isn't the old west, you know. Like everybody wants to claim this. You know, like we've become a softer nation. In my opinion.
Definitely. Yeah. Like not to mention like if you do get into a fight or something, someone's gonna like record you. So like there's not a whole lot you could do nowadays to like get
Yeah,
away
you don't
with
want to get world starred.
or like have your whole fucking identity found out online. Like people do that shit all the time too. Like just fucking harass you to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, like
Like
the hot Kua girl.
the who? Oh
The hot
yeah.
Kua girl.
Oh yeah.
Dude, she's
Poor thing.
everywhere on my feed now. Like
She's
she's
not
doing this. Not even just. It's not even just the original video. Now she's just doing like interviews and podcasts. She's literally doing everybody's podcast.
yeah,
Just
dude.
seeing
Fucking
clips of her every fucking where I go. I'm like, oh my god. It's the thing that she said was funny or whatever a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Now she doesn't. She's not interesting. She's not interesting. Oh, I'm from Tennessee. We get it. We fucking get it. You know.
I mean capitalize off this shit if they're gonna be stupid enough to
I agree to an
watch it.
extent, but she's not an interesting human being. You know what I mean? She said something funny one time, like so definitely you could sell merch. But everybody wants to interview her. She's 20 years old. She's younger than you.
Oh.
What fucking life experience does she have? She's not interesting. You don't bring people onto a podcast. I say this with the 22-year-old, my 22-year-old sister, who I host a podcast with. But you don't bring somebody on a podcast and they don't got nothing to fucking say. But you have a lot to say. I will say, but like it's not really an age thing. But this is a 22-year-old girl who, or I'm sorry, a 20-year-old girl who is very well put together. Okay, you know about like just the jewelry she's wearing, the makeup she's got on, the clothes she wears. She's very well put together. She was even before the video. You know what that tells me? She has
Huh.
had no hardship in her fucking life at this point. You know what I mean? Like at 20 years old, if you're that well put together, you've had it fucking easy. You know? So I don't care what you have to fucking say. I feel like we probably should have opened up with this or made this a whole podcast, but I gotta get this off my chest. That shit was hilarious when she first said it. Now she's just popping up in these fucking. I've tried watching them too. I've tried watching some of them to see if she's got something to say. She don't. She got nothing to say, dude.
Nothing to fucking say.
Meanwhile, I'm
Yeah,
over here working my fucking ass off every day.
you are doing a lot of stuff online. Like I will say, you do a lot of shows, you make a lot of content. Like you are really giving it your all, man.
Thank you,
Just keep
appreciate it.
going.
Also, check me out, guys, if you're watching. Sniffing Glue 22 on all platforms: Twitter, I guess X now, TikTok,
But you
Instagram,
know,
Facebook, everything.
um, I
Here,
said that I said that a while ago that like not everybody is that fucking interesting or not everybody's that fucking interested in you too. Like sometimes when I'm scrolling on Facebook and I see someone posting like some obnoxious ass shit that no one cared about. Like, why are you posting about your relationship on Facebook, first of all? Secondly, who gives a fuck? Like, who's following you? Like, and I'm not trying to be rude. Clearly, I can just unfollow people that I don't want to follow. If I don't want to look at their content, I can just look away. But genuinely, who cares that much about what you have to say? Are you saying
I mean,
anything of any type of depth?
there are people out there who post like they're influencers and they're not doing anything to be an influencer, which makes me just feel like they're lonely. You know what I mean? Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I don't post a whole lot on my social media just because like I don't think I'm that interesting. I don't think people really give a fuck what I have to say. But I don't really give a fuck what they have to say either. So it's kind of like a mutual understanding.
How,
You know,
how are you going to do this if you don't think you're interesting?
bro, I might sound condescending, but I had a customer come in the other day and I kind of already don't like the guy because he said something about, oh, if you've been with your boyfriend for 3 years, like he's never gonna propose to you. Like if he would like if he wanted to, he'd have married you already. Fuck you, because first of all, you're single with a kid. So like what do you know about marriage? Second of all, you don't even know if I want to be fucking married.
All right.
Okay. Third of all, you sound like bullshit. That sounds like bullshit. Like if you can't stick it out with someone for 3 years, how are you supposed to spend the rest of their life with them?
Yeah, because
Okay.
like, I don't know. I take it from my experience. I was with a girl for 7 fucking years, had a baby with her, and then thought I was gonna end up like being with her for the rest of my life, and found out she was a completely different person than I knew 7 years
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
that's the other thing. I don't like it when people like speak like they know it. First of all, only a Sith deals in absolutes. So just change your tone for me real quick. Oh, he would have married you
Star
already
Wars
if he wanted.
references.
Yeah. Who the fuck are you? How do you know everything? Okay, for a sidekick, go get paid for that shit. Also, I don't take too kindly to people giving me unwarranted advice. Never did I ask, nor do I give a fuck. But that same man came in the other day and I'm waiting on him or whatever. I don't make too much conversation with people because I just don't. And he said something to me. He was like, I only come in here for you. That's pathetic. Why? Like, I don't barely even talk to you, bro. Like, get a life. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Maybe it's because I'm 22 years old, but like, that's kind of sad. You
I
only
mean,
come into the restaurant
you feel like,
to
can you
see a
not come
server.
here because of me then too?
Right, right. Like you only come in here to see a server who doesn't give you a whole lot of attention. She gives you great service because that's my job, but doesn't give you a whole lot of attention. That's kind of sad. I would only ever go into a restaurant if I liked their food. And if I like their service. Don't get me wrong, I like to get good service, but I don't go to a restaurant because I'm obsessed with the server. That's really weird. That's weird to me. And I am a server, so
I mean, I've done it.
but you
But
know what?
I met
I'm
my baby
supposed
mama.
to
Like,
But I'm supposed to like play into it. My job, I'm supposed to like, oh, that guy only wants to come in here for me. I'm gonna give him the best service, so he tips me. That's just not who I am, and that's not who I'm gonna be. I don't care that you come in here specifically to see me, bro. Get a life. You're 30 years old. Like, bro, you got a kid, and
Probably
like, do
why you
better.
broke. You know that, right?
I don't care. I'd rather be broke than be fake. Like, what can I say? Like, I just can't will myself to give a fuck when I don't. So, sorry, not sorry. I'll still give you good service with a fake smile. But what you think this is? You think I care about you? No. Empty that wallet. Run me my money, bitch.
I mean, I've definitely gone into places because I met your friend. You remember your friend that I briefly dated for a little bit?
Yeah.
She was a server. And I went in there one time, and then it just became a thing. Like I just kept going in there, and then eventually she agreed to come out on a date with me. You know, like,
Well, if you made it seem like you were going in there because you liked the food and you also liked her, like that's not as bad. But to sit there and tell me you specifically come here and eat this shitty food because you
that's
like
exactly what I told her. I was like, I only
me.
come in here because of you. Like I legitimately told her that. I was like, I don't. This food sucks. I gotta be honest with you. Like,
Yeah, and some people may find that flattering. I don't. I find it weird.
but you have a
There was
boyfriend. To be fair, to be
to be
fair, you have a boyfriend. She didn't. You know what I mean? So
be
I
fair,
made
even if I
sure
didn't,
to know that she didn't have a boyfriend before I made the effort to. And honestly, she gave me the fuck me eyes. You know what I mean?
right?
Before I even, you know what I mean? She definitely gave me the come back anytime. I would love
Yeah,
to, just the fucking. I read the signs correctly.
yeah,
Um, we obviously broke up. There was a bit of an age difference. Like
yeah.
she's 20, I was 28. It just wasn't. We just weren't vibing like that. You know what I mean? So
Right. No, I get that. I mean, some people find it flattering. I don't. But there's no way to really convey that to a customer without coming off as rude. So I just keep my mouth shut and pretend I find
yeah,
it flattering.
and you're kind of fucking up the business too. Like
Yeah,
the
I can't.
business
I
is not
can't.
gonna see it your way. They
Yeah,
never do.
don't get me wrong. I'm not rude to people. I know I seem rude the way I speak about it, but when I'm at work, you really can't tell. Like I'm in a good
Well, right,
mood.
you're
Ignoring
on
and
podcast Ruby mode right now versus customer
professional
service
Ruby,
Ruby.
customer service Ruby. Oh, you would not know nothing, man. You wouldn't know a thing. Now, sometimes when a man takes interest in me at work, and I know when they take interest in me because they actually look you in the eye, it's the craziest thing. Um, they'll look you in the eye and then they'll be like, "What's your name?" Even though I got a name tag right fucking here. Oh, my name is blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, how long have you been working here? Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I think to myself, is this gonna become a thing? Like, are you gonna keep, like, like, are you gonna keep
You're like,
coming
fuck
in here
me.
and like trying to talk? Because I really don't want to talk about. Because you know why I don't like to talk about when people ask me questions, the things I have to tell them sounds made up. Okay, because I have such wild stories to such simple questions. It's just like I'd rather not tell you because it sounds like bullshit. Like, like don't ask me where I went to high school. I went to 4 different fucking high schools in 4 different fucking states. So I don't really want to talk about it. So
Right.
I just go on about my business. Let me refill your coffee, but don't try to get to know me personally because this is not who I am. Okay, this is false advertising when I'm at work.
There's nothing wrong with your approach to it 'cause it is just work.
Yeah, work.
It also just sounds like you don't like customer service.
I don't like people.
Right. You don't like customer service. You should get a job. Like what? But don't you're trying to get into psychology or
Yes.
whatever. So I mean, are there
Maybe.
jobs where you don't fucking talk to people?
Well,
It's
maybe.
kind of a customer service job.
No, because the thing is, I pretty much made my decision. If I'm going to change what I'm doing, I'm not going to hop from job to job. I'm just going to go to college because that's what I want to do. And
Right.
maybe me understanding more about why people do what they do and why they act how they act, maybe I would have a little bit more compassion towards them. But as of right now, it's like I could fucking care less. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a good person because that's in my nature. Like I'll still give money to homeless people. I'm nice to children. Babies are cute, stuff like that. But I just don't care about too much to get to know people personally. People seem to bring drama to your life. just all the time. Like, can you
I
just
agree.
not panic for 1 second? Can you just not, cause me more problems than I'm already having? But yeah, I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna become a psychologist because I'm really interested to know how people's brain works and why they do what they do.
When are you thinking about that specifically?
hopefully next year.
Have you looked into a college to go to? You kind of need to know like 6 months in advance.
Yeah,
Where you
I've
go,
been
you
looking into
apply and
some.
everything. You know.
Yeah, I've been looking into some colleges around here, and I thought about doing online college, but honestly, you know what? At the point where I am in my life, I do need more social interaction, especially outside of work. Maybe just being in the workplace around people so much is just getting to me because like people treat you like a servant. I'm a server, not a servant. Okay. So maybe having to like wait on people is what's really like putting me off to people. Maybe if I interacted with more people like outside of work in like a college in a social setting, maybe I'd be more
Right.
open to it, you
More
know?
equal and
So
whatnot.
so I
I
think it's
get you
gonna be
there.
like
You gotta do it soon because I made the mistake of going to college. I think I was either 25 or 26, and it was community college, obviously. And most of those fucking professors were like finishing up their masters or whatever, or they needed to work at the community college so many hours so they could get their big boy job or whatever the fucking what it was. So a lot of these professors were like 28, 29, 30 to 35. You know what I mean? So it was like I'm kind of being bossed around by my peers. You know what I mean? And I just like, no, come on, you can't like you can. Let's just talk this out the right way. You know what I mean? Like I get that you're like the teacher or whatever, but like, come on, man. Like I ain't like the rest of these guys. Like you know what I mean? And they just didn't respect it. So I was like, I can't fucking be here. I can't hang with y'all. Like, but I also don't. Me personally, I just don't respect chains of command. I'm not good at
yeah.
that. It's not that I don't think that you're my boss or whatever. It's just like, can we just cut the shit for a minute? You know what I mean? Like, just be people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my
Break it
job
down to
needs
me
to be
like a
done. Your
person.
job needs to be done. We both need to know. We both need to know what our job is. Let's stop all this power struggle bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm not trying. I'm not gunning for your job. I don't want your job. I don't care for your job. Whatever. And like you, I don't know why you feel insecure or whatever. I guess I give you that fucking problem. I'm not here to fuck up that. I'm trying to do what I need to do. You know what I mean? People don't fuck with people. People in charge of me don't like me. And I have had that experience my entire life.
It's because
In
you're so
charge of
tall.
me.
It's gotta be because
Huh?
you're tall. It's gotta be because you're tall. Like you like make people like feel intimidated, so they gotta like puff out at you and like show their dominance. It's gotta be.
I guess, but I don't know. I don't think it's because I'm tall. It's because I make sure everybody knows that like
I just wake
you're
up
not
in the
gonna talk to
morning
me
and I
any type of
say
way.
sexy.
But
Uh,
I hit people with like when somebody gives me instructions or whatever. I'm like, please, you know what I mean? Like that's just my energy. Like you know what I mean? Like hold on, where's the magic words? You know what I mean? Like I demand a certain level of respect. And people in charge don't like it. You know,
yeah,
so
no, definitely not at
which is
all.
why I kind of pushed myself into being um self-employed. Because in like my 20s, I had 9 to 5 jobs and regular jobs when I was an employee, and I just could not hang with a job. I could not be an employee. I'm a terrible employee. That's what it comes down to. I'll do the work, but I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not gonna do this little walk and dance, and I'm not gonna suck your dick, and I'm not trying to get a promotion and all that. I don't care. I'm not here because this business is a family or whatever. Like, kind of like you, I'm just punching a card. You know what I mean? Like,
Literally. Yeah.
so I'm only here because my bills told me to be here.
Exactly. And you want to know something that's always pissed me off? It has to do with math. Okay, so when you multiply is to like create more, right? The whole
Right.
definition of multiplying something is to create more. So why is it that when you multiply a number by 0, it turns into 0? That makes no fucking sense. Okay, if anything, it should just go back to being the original number. Because if I take these 7 fingers and I add nothing and I take away nothing, it should still be 7. God damn it! So why is it?
Thought that too. I kind of had that the whole thing. That you gotta watch the Joe Rogan podcast with Terrence Howard. You know who Terrence Howard is?
Yeah, I love Terrence Howard.
Okay, so he's actually a scientist in his free time.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and he's kind of controversial in the science community. Which is funny to me because science is pretty controversial in the rest of the community, like rest of the world community, especially lately. But his whole thing, he's saying we've gotten the math wrong for thousands of years. 1 times 1 is not 1. 1 times 1 is 2. And I forget the explanation for it, but it kind of like I don't necessarily. I understand that like the way we've been using math is a specific formula now, so it has to be 1 times 1 equals 1. But like the way he explained it made more sense. I was like, that makes more sense.
Because if you take one number and you multiply it by another number, 1 times 1, how many fucking fingers am I holding up? God damn it, 2.
That was his whole point. He was like, it was. You have 2 numbers. Why would you get rid of them? You know what I mean?
Multiplying means to create more. Multiply. It literally means like you're making more than there was. So why if 7 times 0 is 0? That makes no fucking sense.
We're making ourselves look like fools in front of the whole world right now.
Sounds like bullshit to me is what the fuck it sounds like. But you know what? What the fuck?
You do understand that we just defunct everything we said at the beginning of the podcast. By closing with this.
But I wanted to show.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I wanted to show off this candle I had. I don't know if anybody can read it. I'll just read it to you.
Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it down. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then read it out to us. What does it say?
It says, "My last nerve. Oh, look, it's on fire." It's a candle.
Hell yeah.
But I had got some of these magnets from Five Below. That one says hot girl energy. Okay. This one is a Cancer. That's my sign, right? This one says capybara. If you don't know what a capybara is, it's the largest rodent in the rodent family. Okay, and it's so fucking cute. I wish I could own a capybara. You can only own a capybara in the America.
Like that chick in the video, the tugging the possum. We're besties.
You can only own. No, I didn't see that video. But you can only.
It's fucking wild.
You can only own a capybara in the state of Texas or Arkansas. The only 2 states in America.
Texas doesn't have any laws on animals. You can own any animal you want.
This one says it's hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone world. I wish it said something more along the lines of it's hard to be a ruby in a rhinestone world because like my name is
we're going to be making merch, guys, by the way. Also, Bronco, I want to get to your question in just a minute, all right? But go ahead, Ruby.
This one says, "I'm not part of the problem. I'm the whole problem." That's a mood. And this one says cappuccino for the capybara because I like capybaras. And I have another one on my fridge that says "Not today, Satan." And then that's just I say that a lot. Not today, Satan.
What's up? So, I'm gonna be buying a t-shirt press and vinyl printer and cutter and everything. Whole setup soon. So if you have any ideas for merch that you want to sell for you, let me know.
I got so many ideas.
But that is a good idea. Also, Bronco, I saw the Deadpool movie. Did you see the Deadpool movie?
The Deadpool and Wolverine movie. I didn't see it. No, but I'm gonna watch it probably this week. So we'll talk about it next week. No spoilers.
Let's talk about it next week because then because that'll be 2 weeks, removed, and we can talk about spoilers and whatnot. I think 2 weeks is plenty of time to give spoilers. So Bronco, if you want to watch next week, we're gonna talk about the Deadpool movie. Okay, Deadpool and Wolverine. Great fucking movie, by the way. I gotta say. But other than that, I don't want to say anything else. I think this is it for the day. Do you have any other closing remarks, Ruby?
really quick for one of the merch T-shirts, I want to have ruby slippers like the ones from that one movie with the witch and the yellow brick road, the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of
I want
Oz.
there to be ruby slippers, and I want it to say like I want it to have the saying that says "There's no place like home." Okay, because I love being home, and my name's Ruby, so it would make a lot of sense. We got to do something like to that effect.
I'm down. You just text me. We'll talk about it. Yeah, Bronco, we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Like I said, great movie. I saw it this past Monday. I took Jack, but he loved it.
Oh, good. So I'm gonna watch that, and then I'll probably watch some more about like politics. I'm gonna look more into Kamala Harris and see what she has to say because I really can't find a whole lot about what she has to say. Maybe she'll say more next week.
She hasn't said anything.
It's hard to like do research on her views and stuff because she's never saying a whole lot. So
Right, which makes it hard to vote for, right?
right.
That's what you would think, at least. But yeah, we'll catch you again next Saturday. Thank you guys so much, and please like and subscribe if you like this show. Peace out.
Peace out.